Now, what is it that makes Call of Duty Zombies so addicting? I've been asking myself this question ever since I first got hooked playing Kino der Toten at my friend's house. Split screen on the PlayStation 3, it was absolutely ridiculous. And since then, it's become kind of my favorite game. And the thing is, it's not even a game. It's like a mini game within an overall game, which is in a game series. That's like really weird to describe. Like if someone asked me what my favorite video game is, I can't really just say Call of Duty Zombies, because that's not a video game. That's like a series of video games that we've had for the past 8 to 9 years. That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, wow, it's just incredible to kind of think about that. So anyways, I wanted to make kind of like a little video about why I think Zombies is so addicting and why so many people enjoy it. I wrote a little list right here on my notepad. I got the paper right there, wrote down on my notepad. And so let's just get into this. The first reason why I think people love Zombies is just the simplicity of it. Back in World at War and Black Ops 1, it was really just a simple game. Black Ops 1 did of course start to expand, but it was still a simple game back then. You would turn on the power, get your jug, get your weapon, and just start going to town on zombies. It was simple. You didn't really have to be good. You could understand how to play the game after about, 3 playthroughs. And I think that's what is really cool about Zombies, the fact that it's really easy to pick up. And if you're a new player, it definitely is really fun to get into. And if you're more experienced, well, that's when the more complicated things come in with Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and building things, the stabs, the storyline, which is another point that I want to talk about. The story for Zombies is incredible. It's really funny to think about the fact that there really wasn't a story for Zombies, and then the community really decided to create one, and that's when Treyarch implemented a story, with Sam and then our 4 main characters, Richtofen, Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takio. It's really cool, and now look at how far the story has grown. It's just interesting to think about the story, and I made a video on the entire storyline, and it was 45 minutes long, and I took out so much. I made it just basically like the bare bones of the storyline, the things that you really, really need to know. But if I included every single detail, that video would have been so long and it would have taken me forever to make. And that's something that I think is really cool, how a little mini game mode has this entire story that's been going on for 8 years. That is incredible. And now just looking back at everything, how it started back in Nacht der Untoten and World at War, all those maps were multiplayer maps, really. And then we started moving into more complicated maps, and now we have maps like Origins and Gerard Krovi and Der Eisendrache, Mob of the Dead. These maps are absolutely insane, and they've been growing and growing and growing, and they just haven't stopped. And I think that's what gets people addicted to, because they want to see how far Zombies will progress over the years. Another thing that I really enjoy is the fact that you can do it solo. Yes, you can get a team, you can get a 4-man team, and it's so much fun with a team, but if you just want to start rocking solo, you can do that. You can get to like insanely high rounds just by yourself. You can do this entire game mode all by yourself with one person, but with multiplayer, you can't really do that, because with multiplayer, I think the smallest lobby is like on Black Ops 2 with like, I don't know, combat training or something. You only get like 6 real people in that, and then the rest are bots, but still, you gotta have 6 people in there. With Zombies, you can do it all by yourself, and you can achieve so many cool things. Speedrunning, I'm so interested in speedrunning, like Easter eggs and stuff. The speedrunning community is absolutely insane, and most of them are all solo guys. So it's just really cool to see what you can do all by yourself in a small game mode like Zombies. Another thing that I love is there are so many challenges to Zombies. You can do so many things. There are so many different ways that you can play Zombies. You can go like snipers only, pistols only, wall weapons only. You can handicap yourself and not use any perks whatsoever. Don't turn on the power. There are just so many different ways to play Zombies. And if you look at the Zombies leaderboards, like that actual website that shows the leaderboards, there are so many different things that you can do for Zombies. Like with Black Ops 3, you can do Gobblegums, Mega Gobblegums, No Gobblegums for records, the No Jug Challenge, Starting Room Challenge. There are just so many different ways to play Zombies that every time you play it, it's completely different. There is enough RNG in Zombies that makes it interesting with every playthrough. Like when you hit the box, that is probably the most addicting thing ever, because it's like a slot machine, but you're not really actually wasting any real money. Supply drops, liquid Divinium. Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. My bad, excuse me right there. Anyways, I just think it's really interesting how there are so many different ways to play zombies, and you can invite all your friends and make these challenges even better. Like watching some of the big YouTubers do starting room challenges with all their buddies and stuff, like watching the Z House do that. It's absolutely insane and crazy. It's ridiculous. That's why I just love zombies so much, because it brings so much joy. There's so many ways to play it that each playthrough is just completely different, and it makes it exciting and fun. I mean, you know what you're gonna do in the game. Like if you go into a game of Origins, you could be like, all right, I'm gonna build the ice staff, I'm gonna get the G-Strike grenades, the Thunder Fists, you know exactly what you're gonna do. But there's just enough randomness to the game that it changes it up, so you always have to be on your feet. And another thing that I love is high rounds. High rounds are just so much fun. I think my highest round's really like only 85. It's not really that high. I mean, compared to like, Steve and all those guys, like the high round community is also really cool. Like I love high rounds and I love speed runs. Anything about zombies really. I just love the fact that you can push yourself to go for these high rounds, and then you can show off to your friends, be like, yo dude, check this out, I made it to such and such round on blah 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 map. And then your friends are like, oh dude, no way. And then your friend's like, okay, I gotta try to beat him. So then your friend goes to play that map, and then it's just like a little competition between you guys to see who can get to what round fastest, or who can get to what round on what map in the best way possible with 0 downs and all that. There's just so much competition to zombies, even between friends, and it's just so friendly, I love it. I love that about the zombies community. The fact that the zombies community is so friendly and accepting to everyone. Like multiplayer, it's just everyone in that community goes after each other. I mean, yeah, a couple people work together, but it's really just all solo guys. Like they don't do a whole lot of collaborations, but with zombies, it's like all collaborations. If you like look at your subscription box, if you're subscribed to a bunch of zombie guys, my guess is like half of the videos are going to have more guests than the multiplayer people would. And I love that about the zombies community. That's another thing that I love, and what makes zombies so incredible is the community behind zombies is so tight and so close, and we all are really protective of our game mode, that when things change, we kind of freak out. Like with Infinite Warfare and Exo Zombies, we just didn't like it. And we definitely have expressed that a lot. We like Treyarch Zombies. Treyarch Zombies is the best. And going along with the high rounds, that's also another thing that I love. The round system. Every time you complete a round, it gets harder and it adds more zombies, and the zombies get more health. That's another thing that makes it so much fun, because that the farther you get, the harder it's going to be. So you have to be really good at the game in order to be successful. And I love that, If you're a basic player, my guess is round 20 is probably going to be where you're going to get before you go down completely, like all 3 downs. But then if you're an experienced player, you can go forever. You got to know the ins and outs of the maps. You got to know the guns. You got to know when the guns start to, not perform as well. You got to know where to train. You got to know what kind of glitches to do. Okay, well, not glitches. We don't really like glitches in the game. But you just got to know everything in order to make it to a high round. And I love how if you play the game a certain way, you can get everything done way faster. Like with Mob of the Dead, a lot of people get Jug by like round 5 or something. But if you play it in a certain way and you use what the game has given you, then you can get Jug by round 1. I think that's so cool that if you play zombies in a certain way, then you can just go insanely far. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. That is why I think zombies is addicting and so much fun. Post down below in the comment section why you think zombies is fun and addicting, and I will see you guys in the next one.